I think a lot of people are trying to find simplicity in their lives. I would even argue that we are hardwired for it. I think that this explains why so many of us feel dissatisfied in this complicated world. We are hardwired for simplicity, but we tend to confuse simplicity with convenience because we are bombarded with messaging that constantly tells us that we need this or that to make life better. How did we end up here, craving simplicity in this complicated, human-run world where it tends to feel elusive? What does it even mean or look like to live a simple life in 2024? My hope is that this video will help you to find your own answers to this very question. There is a children's book called Fox and Bear by Miriam Corner that I believe illustrates very well our current state of humanity and how we got here. And I feel that it's very pertinent to this discussion of what it means to live more simply. In the book, it begins with Fox and Bear, two friends, gathering what there was to gather and catching what there was to catch, and then they would listen to the birds and watch the sunset in the evenings. They would repeat this every day, and life was pretty simple, until one day Fox decided that they should make their catching and their gathering more efficient. This sets off a chain of ideas and inventions that seek to eliminate or solve the problem that the previous idea created. For example, as Fox and Bear tried to make their gathering and catching more efficient, they realized that they don't have any more time to watch the sunset or listen to the birds in the evening. So Fox invents the automated technology required to accomplish their daily tasks so that they don't have to do them anymore. Fox invents an egg collector, a berry picker, a water sprinkler, a bird feeder, and so on. But as you can imagine, all of this just requires more maintenance and ends up creating more work for them in the long run. It is only after altering their landscape drastically that they realized that they could just go back to catching what there was to catch and picking what there was to pick and watching the sunsets in the evenings and listening to the birds. That was really the solution to their problem. I think that this story illustrates the tendency that we humans have to want to make life more efficient, more convenient, but in the process we actually make it more complicated for ourselves and others, thus making it difficult to enjoy the simple moments of our lives. This story also poignantly illustrates the situation that we find ourselves in as humans. Except unlike Fox and Bear, we are finding it increasingly more difficult to return to a simple way of living, the farther down this proverbial road of productivity and efficiency that we go. So asking ourselves, what does it mean to live simply and how can I live simply, are time-sensitive questions. Can we, meaning humanity as a whole, get a grasp on what it means to live simply before it becomes almost unattainable? When I contemplate the message of this book, there are two different definitions of simple living that come to mind. The first is that simplicity and simple living is not getting so caught up in efficiency and productivity that we forget to enjoy the simple moments of our lives. The second definition is that simple living is taking from the earth only what we need, living a nature-connected life by being an active participant in the natural world. Let's delve into each one of these definitions in more detail. The first definition, simple living is not getting so caught up in efficiency and productivity that we forget to be and enjoy the simple moments of our lives. For Fox and Bear, these simple moments were enjoying the sunset and listening to the birds. These simple moments often elicit feelings of pleasure, satisfaction, joy, gratitude, awe, presence, etc. Living simply is not letting these feelings and moments pass us by because we were so focused on earning one more dollar or accomplishing one more task. At least to me, simple living by this definition feels a lot more attainable and accessible than the second definition, and I believe that anyone can start taking steps today to enjoy these simple moments more. We can start off with some introspection. We can ask ourselves, are we taking the time to pause and enjoy these moments throughout the day? Or are they just passing us by in our busy schedules? As modern-day humans, we are often hustling for the future, our next paycheck, the future vacation we want to go on. But life is now. The present is all we have to enjoy simplicity. So if you want to live a more simple life, you can start by identifying what your sunset moments are and intentionally making them a part of your daily routine so that no matter how busy things get, you're taking the time to savor and enjoy those simple moments regularly. Examples of daily experiences that could help to bring more simplicity into our lives could be enjoying a cup of your favorite hot beverage, picking a sit spot outside, which is just a spot you return to regularly to simply be and observe your surroundings, having a good conversation with a friend or loved one and just really intently listening to them, or giving yourself an hour of your day to just get into a really good book. I think the key to allowing our sunset moments to really provide us with the benefits of simplicity is to give them our undivided attention. We need to intentionally put our devices away, turn them on silent, put them in the other room so that we can really focus on being in the present moment, enjoying whatever it is that we're doing. With all of that being said, I hope that you take the time to identify what your sunset moments are, and I hope that you take the time to incorporate them into your daily life. Number 2, simple living is taking from the earth only what we need and living a nature-connected life by being an active participant in the natural world. What does this even mean? To me, being an active participant in the natural world is being a part of the circle of life. It is gathering plants yourself. It is hunting for food yourself. And it is ultimately going back to the earth yourself one day. It is having a hand in meeting your own basic needs instead of relying on big corporations all the time. The first definition of simple living addresses it on a more personal level, whereas the second definition addresses it not only on a personal level, but on a larger scale as well. Is it possible for us human beings to collectively return back to a simple way of life so that we are not living at the expense of other living beings and future generations? This question is something that I think a lot about. We have experienced greater and greater change within shorter and shorter time frames. And that if we don't take time to pause and look at where we've come from, look at where we are today, and look where we are headed if we continue on this trajectory, this second definition of simple living is going to be increasingly more difficult to attain, whether on a personal or a larger scale. As far as I'm concerned, unlike Bear and Fox, we are too far gone as far as all of us returning back to gathering what there is to gather and catching what there is to catch. Trying to come up with solutions as to how we can live more simply on a larger scale may feel overwhelming, but I really don't think that this should cause us to totally give up on this second definition of simple living. I really do believe that there is hope. By focusing on this second definition yet again on the individual level, we can hopefully positively influence and inspire others around us to do the same. I think it's important that we focus less on trying to make simple living look a specific way in comparison to how others may be doing it, and more focused on what's in our control in our environment. Attempting to live this second definition of simple living is going to look different for everybody, and that's okay. For some people, it might look like hunting and foraging, and for other people, it might look like prioritizing purchasing locally grown food over food that's shipped internationally. Taking only what we need from the earth and seeking to live a more nature-connected life in any degree is going to be better than no effort at all. I'm trying to enjoy my own sunset moments, but I'm also trying to live in harmony with the earth and get back to this second definition of simple living. If this pursuit interests you as well, I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel so that we can be of support to one another as we really try to get back to our roots as human beings. I will be posting more videos on the topic of rewilding and how we can really truly find simplicity in this endeavor, and how we really truly can achieve simple living by this second definition, the one that feels a little less attainable, but still is possible if we pause, look at where we've come from, look at where we are today, and say to ourselves, do we want to continue down this proverbial and maybe literal road? Just referencing all the construction that happens. They're twinning the highway where I live soon, and again, it's just one of those examples of, for the sake of our convenience, we're going to wipe out more natural landscape so that we can drive our cars faster and the flow of traffic can be better, I guess. Anyways, I digress. I hope that you enjoyed this short video and my thoughts on simple living. I would really love to hear what your sunset moments are, and I would also love to hear what you might add to the definition of what it means to live a simple life. My thoughts are certainly not all that there is out there on this topic, so if you have something to share, something about simplicity that you find could be helpful to myself or others, please do share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.